afraid. Be very afraid.
Yeah, unofficially sponsored by Polar Seltzer. Get it in many different varieties and flavors.
This one tastes like ass.
Pink, apple, and lemon.
Nice. That pink apple and lemon, really?
Pink
I
apple.
didn't even know
lemon.
they made that flavor.
They have a mango lemonade.
I get the variety pack because, middle-aged. So, and it doesn't taste like ass, it tastes like wine.
Blackberry mango. Yes.
We're not editing that out. That should be like the beginning of a horror story, and then she manifests behind him and kills him on camera. Blackberry returns.
Perfect.
But yeah, guys, this is Xenomania, and we are here to talk to you about a very special movie called Night of the Lepus.
In time for Easter. In time for Easter,
Just
gentlemen.
in time for Easter.
Happy belated
Almost
Easter.
in time for Easter.
Yeah, a little after. That's all right. The Gregorian calendar, who knows? Yeah.
Listen, we get to watch Night of the Lepus, which is a decent, I'll say a decent made for TV movie, though got a theatrical release, which we'll talk about. And the fact that, John's a wrestling fan, so I'll shout out to wrestling fans. And Martin, I know you're a wrestling fan, former wrestling fan, but John Cena won his 17th world title this past Sunday, beating Ric Flair's 16-time world championship legacy. So,
I thought you were going to end with beating Ric Flair. And I was like, how is he still doing it?
He just beat Ric Flair. No, that wasn't the match. He just saw him randomly and publicly and pummeled him.
Right
gave
after.
himself away with one of those woos.
I mean, I don't want to reveal too much, and we aren't a wrestling podcast, but John Cena also just got RKO'd. So,
are you serious? He got RKO'd? Yes. Yes. That just makes it even better because Randy Orton just hit his 20th WrestleMania last night as well. So
wow.
They're getting older. Like I was in high school when these guys started. So I'm from the Attitude Era. So that's all I'm gonna say.
I love how much you love it
these
still.
Guys.
Yeah. That's where it starts to hurt. There was a stand-up comedian on TV who admittedly looks like 10 years older than me. And he's like, I'm 39. I was like, oh, shut the God damn it.
Oh, you would have
hate it.
You know what you would have loved, and I want them to reveal the roast of it, is Tony Heathcliff did a roast in Las Vegas for them. And it was off the chain, I heard. But there's no release.
Oh, Hinchcliff's like one of the best.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's ruthless.
But they produced it, I guess, and he went off the chains, and Paul Heyman was there. And it was insane. I want to see the footage so much, but they're not going to release it. It went over the line. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Yeah.
It'll get out. Everything gets out.
They released all this stuff. They weren't supposed to say anything about Kraft at Tom Brady's roast. And then Brady was like, better not get in the Netflix special, and it's in the Netflix special, so doesn't matter. They're just dancing clowns. That's just the way it goes. But back to scary rabbits and not scary wrestlers.
You know what? It was
so
just
Night of the Lepus.
It was just a fussy little harmless bunny rabbit.
It was. And then that little girl. So Night of the Lepus is old. It's older than most of the movies we've done. If there's any way for us to put the trailer at the beginning of this or something like that, we should probably insert the trailer into this one because it's ridiculous. Just these big eyes over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of monster movie-y, but they don't do a big reveal until about halfway in. Then you see like the real menace, right? Give or take.
Are you talking about the guy in the rabbit?
The guy in the rabbits, or just the blown up picture of the rabbit.
Mm-hmm.
It sure looks like they do a lot of.
Yeah, early on what's happening. You just don't get the scale for a while.
Yeah, which is what makes the movie great, by the way, is the scaling. Mm-hmm. So this movie is near and dear to me because, as we brought up in previous episodes, it was on Monster Vision on TNT like a billion times when I was in elementary school. And I think it's because I legitimately think it's because they didn't have the money or the rights to any other movies besides that and Mary Shelley's Frankenstein for like months.
It's not a,
And it would be Joe
Absolutely.
Bob
it's not a bad
doing
selection.
the same movie, but like a week later. And it was like, we're doing Night of Lepus again, everybody. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? And I'd watch the movie again, just like because
Mhm.
Joe Bob's so damn funny during the commercial breaks.
Yeah. Night of the
Yeah.
Lepus is one of those movies that people who are new to watching bad movies always put up there as one of the worst movies ever.
Pretty bad.
And it's not even top 100 worst movies ever.
Well, it's not because they were trying to make a good movie for starters. There's echoes of
Absolutely.
Tremors. Like you can see where
Yes.
things were
Mhm.
taken from that movie. It doesn't not like Tremors didn't steal from Night of the Lepus, nothing like that. But you get the ranchy, rural monster vibe in Night of the Lepus, and you can see where other movies ran with it as well.
Mm-hmm.
The premise isn't terrible either. They've got a rabbit problem, and they're trying to kill them off with some little genetic engineering. We did it with mosquitoes in real life.
Mm-hmm.
We're trying that out, and I'm sure that's going to go great based on how things are headed.
Yeah, I mean, fine. It's fine.
There's
We're
one
not
little
going to get giant
Monsanto
killer
mosquito.
mosquitoes.
Just watch Night of the
Yeah,
Lepus.
whatever.
Or Eight-Legged Freaks. It's okay.
Eight-Legged Freaks carries pretty well compared to that Lepus. But so everything's gonna go fine, and then a little girl just does a little switcherisky. She takes one of the
Mhm.
little genetically modified rabbits and just is like, "You would think," and off into the wild it goes.
Yep.
It's very simple, and I
And
like. It's very simple, and I like that premise that it's very simple, because it just goes
Yeah,
along
it's
with.
super simple.
Yeah, it just goes along with what it is. It's like to the point, and that's what this film is. It's to the point.
Yeah. And then at that point, once you're like aware of the entire plot line, basically, it just does cuts to random people getting murdered by the giant rabbit, which we
Mhm.
haven't told you guys yet. The rabbits get epically large. And I'm not sure if you're aware of this, dear listeners, about rabbits, but they like to get busy
Yes.
often. So
As shown in the
the
movie.
rabbits multiply. It's true. If you've ever read Watership Down, that's basically 70% of the content anyway, which is just tons of rabbit banging.
so I'll reveal a little bit of family drama here. Not drama, but family stuff. My brother desperately wanted us to do Watership Down for an Easter movie.
Did
And
you
I
understand them?
I outright refuse. I am
I
not
mean-
watching that movie again.
You did the right thing. It's not a good watch. It's not a good hang.
No.
No. But I believe this would have been a good one, to be
Deadfall.
honest with you. Yeah. Deadfall. But that's
Deadfall.
coming. But so if you remember Tremors, I'm trying to conjure Tremors because most of you that haven't seen Night of the Lepus will have seen Tremors. You'll remember the rancher scenes where they're like, hey, what are you doing over there? What's that smell? That kind of thing. And then whatever is going to pop out does and gets them. Night of the Lepus does that really well.
Mhm.
The attack scenes are fun.
They needed more foam to make the rabbits look more vicious. Because it was like, they're like, you see the whole rabbit attack and you see like them munching, and it's like, okay, but it's just, they're eating berries or whatever they have. Put a little foam on it, make it a little more scarier. And then you got like Doc Bones from Star Trek, like it's just, it's everywhere. Like I was talking to you about earlier about like they should have had like William Shatner and Leonard Nimoy as
Yeah.
Roy
You did
Bennett
mention that.
and Cole Hillman. It would have been just Leonard Nimoy as the farmer, William Shatner as the professor with Janet Leigh. Great Star Trek reunion right
Well,
there.
I mean, you get Rory Calhoun out of this, and Motel Hell is coming.
Yes.
Okay.
Fair.
But,
I was
mean,
going to say, isn't there a giant starlet in this movie? And that's, yeah.
Janet Leigh hates this movie.
Really? Why?
I think she's embarrassed by it. Like I found a quote that she
Can't imagine
says,
why.
"I've forgotten as much as I could about that picture."
It's the flashlight
mean-
scene.
Yeah, maybe. But
She
the
also
weird thing is she's not even in the second. Well, she is, but there's most of it's just their special effects. When they get into like the nitty gritty, she's not. You don't think about her towards the end. You're like, wow, a giant stampede of huge rabbits.
I forgot about her.
guess.
Yeah, well, they
Yeah.
write her off. She's basically written out of about half of this movie in a car in the desert.
And 2 years earlier, she gets killed in like Psycho. It's just her track record.
Mhm.
Though she lives in Halloween 20 years later. I think that's because her
Redemption arc.
hmm
She's like, I'm not this time, you sons of bitches.
I'm gonna live.
I'm gonna let one live. But yeah, Night of the Lepus. It's your quintessential made monster movie, mankind running amok with science, playing with nature when they shouldn't be playing God at all. That kind of vibe. It's just kind of fun. The fact
Yeah.
that their teeth are the size of him. I think they say this in the movie too. Like axe wound size
Yeah.
injuries sort of thing. Yeah, if I remember correctly.
Even the special effects, the wounds are like oversized, like bite marks. And they're like, what is this? It's like, well,
Yeah.
rabbit just took a chunk out of you. But do you guys know it was a book?
Yes.
No, I
Okay.
did
Yeah.
not know this.
The Year of
The
the
Year
Angry
of the
Rabbit.
Angry Weapon.
Or Rabbit.
The Year of
It
the
was-
Angry Rabbit or Weapon?
I got Rabbit.
I have it as weapon.
I found
I
it
have
as
it
Rabbit.
weapon.
By Russell Brandon, though,
Okay.
right? Or Russell Brandon?
Yes, Braden.
Braden.
Braden, yeah. So
And so that must have been written in the 60s.
yeah, I think 60s or late 50s. I don't have a date, but
An Australian book.
yeah. So in the book, the plot is the Prime Minister of Australia calls for an invention of a chemical weapon to combat an infestation of rabbits on his property. Not even
Yeah,
throughout
right.
Australia, just his property. So
It's just a
they
dick.
make this chemical that doesn't wipe out the rabbits. It just makes them large and vicious.
Amazing.
So then, like, that's not where that ends. He then weaponizes the giant vicious rabbits to try to take over the world.
See,
My God.
if Night of the Lepus was that.
That's actually a much better story. Yeah, right?
Uh-huh. And it's comedic. Like apparently it's like satires of war and nationalism and capitalism, and it's like played to great comedic effect in the book. Which is I think is the thing they're missing from the movie is that sort of wink wink, hey, these are giant killer rabbits. This is
That
funny.
movie takes itself insanely seriously. There's no
100%.
wink wink at all. Yeah, they're like, no, this is the greatest horror film that ever was made. We're gonna make the rabbit movies gonna be the best. And that's the vibe I got anyway.
Mhm.
I have to give a shout out to one of my buddies, James Bryden. Sorry. He wrote Letters of the Great Emu War, and he's an Aussie, and his book is fantastic. It's literally written from the perspective of the emus as the Australians are attempting to eradicate them. So these are letters to their families from the front lines as they're fighting. And the emus, if you guys don't know your Australian history, they win. They did try to eradicate emus from Australia, and the emus did not get eradicated. They persisted. So it's a cute idea. And this book that you're describing kind of sounds like it's in the same sort of family, genre family.
Mhm.
Although this one is the Night of the Lepus one is definitely not historical.
No. I was trying to find it to buy it, but it's got to be long out of print because the cheapest I can find it for is $125.
It's a tough sell.
Yeah. But you
No,
can get
it's-
it on some of those library sites too. So
If they give you a physical copy, then you don't have to buy it.
yeah.
Just kidding. Just kidding.
Yeah.
Don't want to piss off the libraries. It's the last thing.
Who owns it? MGM?
So
MGM owns it? Listen, Amazon.
the movie, right?
Listen,
No,
Amazon.
the book. The movie.
They,
The movie had a fairly recent release, I think, but the book is not acquirable at a reasonable price.
Got it. You gotta keep your eyes peeled for it at thrift shops and whatnot.
because I'm curious in reading this. This is like if they did this movie now, it would work. It's got like Doctor Strangelove vibes. If they did it,
Mhm.
especially during that time, it was right after I think Strangelove came out, 68. So if they did that a few years later and focus in Australia and the same premise, or changed it to America, like a dystopia America, it could have worked out. I mean, not saying that they didn't try for this, but could have been a different film that could have brought more attention.
Yeah, I don't think you even had to really change the setting. You just had to add in some of that humor. Because, like I said, you are absolutely doing something ridiculous. These are rabbits. Have fun with it.
They're rabbits, George. No, scary
yeah.
rabbits, and they're in the mines. They live in the mines now. They're big. And doesn't the little girl actually see them? Like, doesn't she witness them?
She passes out.
Yeah. They don't kill her though.
Like,
If the rabbit offspring remembers.
Yeah, I mean, it was also before the era when they killed too many kids in horror movies.
I'm not a huge fan of it to this day, to be honest with you. It doesn't do much for me as far as being scarier. It's more visceral.
No.
But then that's a feeling I don't want in the horror movie. I want thrills and scares, and I like psychological and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Just killing a kid feels like low hanging fruit
Yeah, no.
to me.
If it works in the story, yes.
Yeah.
But how often does it really work in the story?
Not terribly. Maybe just that one time that I did it, the first 30 pages of a story. But I do have a short story collection coming out that's got a lot of kid stuff that's going on because it's literally called Kinders.
Oh.
But yeah,
in Nightbreed,
so I should probably shut up.
I was gonna say in Nightbreed, Decker kills a kid right in the beginning of the film. It's
That's
not
right.
It's not shown. He kills the family, and then the kid's just standing there, and he knows everything's going down, and then it cuts away as the knife is like going towards him.
Just think about Star Wars movies. Like, what's one of the most often talked about scenes in the
Order
I can't say the new
66.
trilogy?
Order
Yeah.
66.
Anakin, they're here to save us. You're like, whoa. And it's the kids flinch right before they cut the camera too. I can't believe they kept that in.
It just made it better.
That was rough.
It just made to see it showed him like in the dark side. But for you Star Wars fans and video game fans, Cal survived, as we know.
And
Survivor, Fallen Order, which it's canon, so it's okay.
I'm just going through the final. Actually, I'm not going to get into this because the 9th Star Wars movie doesn't need to be brought up during our Night of the Lepus episode. Although Star Wars is home to a lot of cool large creatures. They may need to cut open and crawl inside of when it gets cold outside.
You could crawl in
Do
one
you
of
think
those
a rabbit
rabbits.
would keep you warm?
I do think a rabbit would keep you warm. They're fatty. Fatty little fritters.
So I have another question. If there was a war between people and rabbits, which side are you taking?
It depends. Are they rabbit-sized rabbits?
No, giant
Although-
rabbits. Obviously, large rabbits.
Large rabbits? Automatic weapons are kind of like everybody's worried about them reintroducing megafauna. Like, what's a mammoth going to do in the face of, I don't know, what one redneck has in his garage?
Which is
So-
why I side with the rabbits.
Oh, you want to side with them to make it even?
Yeah.
Okay.
I side with the rabbits.
Well, if they're coordinated, that's a different story. I would take rats. If we can swap out the rabbits for rats, giant rats, I'm all in. And I think they'll win despite the weapons.
Mm-hmm.
Rats are a hardy animal.
I can make giant rats happen for a future episode.
Oh boy.
Are we
Yay.
talking about Willard 1979 or 2003? Or no?
Come on, come on.
Now
we're,
Willard?
we're going.
Dark Souls
we're
size
going.
rats? What are you doing?
Rats of unusual size.
He said the thing. He said the thing. Oh, are you Hussons? Probably days. So, okay. Okay, cool. All right, so I guess we got to get back to giant rabbits. John's siding with the rabbits. I didn't know it was out of mercy that you were siding with them. I just thought you wanted to know which side did we think was going to win.
No,
Okay.
who are you siding with?
Now, if I'm betting the house, it's on people because there's a reason we're destroying the planet. Nothing is stopping us from doing it. But if I want somebody to win, the rabbits.
Listen, I'm sold if one has an army hat and a cigar in its mouth with a machine gun. Sign me up.
You're gonna like the Great Indian War. What you call it? Also, though, when we get down to what it took them to kill the rabbits, it was banging pots and pans real loud to make them run in a certain direction where they got electrocuted and shot. So
That scene
I don't
was
know.
insane.
Your side's got a lot going for it. It was a cool scene.
Like just watching them blow up. Basically, it was like, what the hell's going on? I'm like, this is from 1972. This is like 1980s effects right now.
The
Just left and
pyrotechnics.
right.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a terrible idea either. Electrify the railroad tracks, and they use the car headlights, right, to illuminate the feet, like where they were coming to.
Yep, they go to the movie
And then-
drive-in, and they're like, "Come on, we need all your cars. There's giant rabbits afoot." And it's like, well, we'll listen to these people.
Hell, can you imagine
Yeah.
those people after going to the movies but seeing that instead?
You know what? That's why we would lose though now, because people
Why?
wouldn't believe giant rabbits were coming. They'd
Or
do
care.
their own research and determine there's no such thing as giant rabbits.
Chief says that giant rabbits went extinct in the Pleasant and the and then dead giant rabbit tooth through the neck. No, you're absolutely right. It wouldn't be that hard to just convince people that it wasn't happening right in front of them either, based on what I've been seeing over the last 10 years.
Nope.
So there's no giant rabbits outside.
It was also a different
No
time.
giant rabbits at all.
It's the
right?
70s.
Yeah.
They don't have phones.
That's true.
Technology. They're gonna listen nowadays.
They had disco.
Yeah.
They had disco and cocaine.
And welcome
And they
back,
were
Cotter.
happy. And welcome back, Cotter. Oh man.
Welcome back.
And All in the Family.
Yes.
Yeah, right around
Yeah.
that time.
Yeah.
Based
Early
on the
70s.
furniture and the wallpaper.
Archie, there's rabbits
So imagine
outside.
Archie Bunker taking the family, taking Rob Reiner and everybody over to see this in the theater.
I
Hey.
want Archie in the front
Complaining
line.
at 75 cents for popcorn.
Imagine Archie Bunker opening his front door and there's a giant rabbit there.
Edith.
Even better. Hey, Edith. Yeah. Come here. Takes out his wife in one fell swoop.
Jesus Christ,
Oh.
Edith. Edith.
So there's not, I mean, it's tough to dig too deep into Night of the Lepus because there's not a tremendous cast. It is a bare bones story, but it's a good watch. It's funny in its own way. It does take itself way too seriously. And it's a monster movie.
It's a good B movie creature feature.
Yeah. But it's a B movie that was like, no, I'm an A movie. It's a B movie that still thinks it's an A movie.
Mhm.
And you can pick up on that, right? Pick up on that when you're watching it. It's
Oh,
just
definitely.
ridiculous. I wish we had some sound bites of Joe Bob, just because he ripped this movie apart every time. He just made fun of it every time. Oh,
Yep.
Joe Bob.
I love Joe Bob.
He was just recently featured in something. I saw him sitting in a chair, and I was just like, that man sits in a chair better than any man alive.
His new season dropped on
Yep.
Shudder.
Oh, is that what they were advertising?
Yeah, I haven't checked it out yet, but he dropped a new show. But he's got some good movies on there. I feel like he's kind of not running out, but he's like, oh, let's see what, like, let me do better movies a little bit now. See how that goes.
Maybe. Does he do full Mystery Science Theater 3000 style now, or does he still do at
No,
breaks?
he's still doing the same way with the breaks.
Okay. Because I think that's probably the better way to go.
Yeah. There's already people doing the talking over the movie.
Yeah. That's what we're going to be doing shortly,
I love doing that.
dear viewers.
I mean, Mystery Science 3000, that's key watch with them having the comments and just keeps your attention. Even if you've
It's
seen the
perfect
movie.
because, they usually choose horrifically bad movies, so you don't care about it, and you're there for the jokes. We're going to be watching movies we like, so we're probably going to have to figure out our groove as far as when we talk and when we don't.
Well, they did.
But still,
They did a movie that I love. It's Vincent Price's The Last Man on Earth, which is the
Mhm.
first version of I Am Legend and the Omega Man.
Mhm.
And Mystery Science 3000 did that film, and I was like, and they tore it apart and they made fun, but it wasn't like insulting because it's such a good movie. It was just like, oh, look at Vincent Price, and oh, why is he like boarding up the window? Like stupid stuff. Like they try to not be as
Yeah.
harsh. So
That's good. They didn't destroy a movie you liked.
I was very happy on that. I mean, Omega Man is. I love the Omega Man, Charlton Heston. No Omega Man, John.
It's the second best telling of that story.
The
Okay.
The Vincent Price one is to me way better. And then whatever Will Smith did.
It was a good watch.
It was more
it's
to
not
the
his
book.
fault. They kind of they ripped apart the book a little bit towards the end. They made some decisions. I wouldn't say ripped apart. And I think they could have gone in a better direction, but it's okay. The version that came out in theaters is the one that's my least favorite. And that's the one where they don't go through at all what Darkseekers are about. Right?
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah. So I like the alternate ending is way better, where it starts talking and you realize, oh shoot, they're like here to rescue her.
Yep.
And that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I thought that was pretty cool. But anyway, back to the rabbits. They're giant. They bang a lot. As people start dying left and right, they decide to come up with a plan where they corral the rabbits through something of a funnel. We already told you guys about the cars from the drive-in to illuminate and keep the rabbits in view so they can fire, I don't know, tens of rifles at them and electrocute them. They highly electrified the train tracks. And so they electrocute them on that. Aren't they trying to jump too? Aren't there wires involved?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, try to jump over. Because that was my first intuition too when I was rewatching. Was like, wait, don't they get electrocuted on the tracks? And they just hop over the tracks like most rabbits would. So,
I mean, you would think they'd be able to jump over the wire that they put there too. It wasn't really high up.
no, they didn't put a lot of thought into that.
They're giant though.
I
They're
guess.
heavier, so maybe they're not hopping as high. Just
That's possible. We could have that situation going.
trying to put some sense into this, or
If there was rabbits like that around during the Ice Age, there would have been a ludicrous amount of super predators. Because rabbits are food.
Mhm.
And, I don't really, my kids are a little too young for me to give this truth to them. We have tons of rabbits in the yard every spring. And then you get closer to the end of summer, there's not so many. Like they're getting picked off by that hawk. Yeah. And those other things. I've seen, we have a couple stray cats that wander around, outside cats, actually, that wander around. I've seen them messing with them a few times.
Mm-hmm.
Sway goose. Rabbits are food.
Yep.
what happened to
So-
Bugs? Oh, he'll be back next
Yeah.
spring. It's his child at least.
We had the little baby ones in our hostas too. They were cute, but I haven't seen them in a bit. But anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the idea, is that if you needed to quickly generate a ton of meat for like human consumption or for anything, this would be a great idea. But just letting them run rampant in the middle of a dusty town, not so great of an idea.
I mean, it's New Mexico or Arizona. There's plenty of space for them.
That's how it starts. That's how the hogs got started in Texas. Those wild hogs. They got to be a big problem real quick. And there's no shortage of people who want to shoot stuff in Texas, and they're allowed to shoot them. And they're still a problem. Imagine if there were rabbits.
Rabbit stew.
I'd love
I
it.
mean, that'd be a
I'd
big old
love it.
problem.
I
Those rabbits
welcome
love it.
our rabbit overlords.
That's nice. So yeah, that's Night of Lepus, everybody. Not much more to get into.
I mean, I have a couple of strange like script notes here, like the sheriff asking when it's all getting started, "What do we got here? Vampires?"
Yeah.
And a group of intelligent people come to, maybe.
Yeah.
I
mean, between vampires and big ass rabbits, I would go vampire too.
Mm-hmm. And then there's this scene in the hospital with Jack after he gets attacked, and they say, "Calm down, Jack. The rabbit's gone." And that sounds like something you'd say to somebody in a psych ward, like, calm down, the rabbits are
Mhm.
gone. It's okay now.
He's like clutching his copy of Mice and Men.
Is the
No, it's the
rabbit here
rabbits.
with us now?
Yeah. That sounds like something Ken Kesey came up with. That's good.
And then so we talked about the scene a little bit when Amanda switches the rabbits, but there's a scene in there, a part in there where they're injecting the rabbits and she's in the background and she says, "No, not that one. It's my favorite." But if you watch her in the background, her mouth's not moving. That's completely
Oh.
dubbed over. She's just standing in the background.
The classic dub.
That's great.
Yeah.
72 dub. And then she swaps out that rabbit because it was her favorite. They should have listened to her. Not
Yep.
when she was lip syncing.
Yeah.
The
Give
ventriloquism.
her a rabbit and none of this happens.
True.
I feel like a lot of 70s movies had that classic like dub, you know, like that
Oh, yeah.
the silence, and then I mean, you can go with the modern. I go with the artist. I think it's not the artist. Forget the name, but you're tearing me apart, Lisa. The Room. There we go.
The Room.
You're
Yeah.
tearing me apart. Where he goes to the floor. She's like, "Hi, doggy."
Bye, Mark. Yeah.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Where the timing is just off throughout the
He's like,
whole
"Oh,
movie.
a nice doggy.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Okay, bye. Walks out.
Mhm.
My favorite customer, Johnny. Okay. It's just so horrible.
The fact that they made a mockumentary on that is even better. They remade the movie and made it a mockumentary, which is even worse. So that guy's
It's
been
so
mocked
good.
and shamed twice over. I watched that with my friends who lived in Brooklyn 15 years ago, and they were obsessed with it. And I was like, why would I want to watch a movie this sounds terrible? And I watched like 5 minutes. I was like, okay, I'm down to watch all this. This is
Exact-
ridiculous.
That's how it gets you, because that's how it got me too. I had a friend who was like, "Oh no, you got to watch this movie. It's so bad." It's so, and they describe it. I'm like, why? It doesn't even sound remotely fun. And you watch 5 minutes and you're done. Like
Yeah.
the Room is now a part of your life forever.
Makes you appreciate actual filmmaking and what goes into it, the planning and prep and
Mhm.
staging. Because when you see no consideration put into those things, it's pretty glaring.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It also a nice testament to what a huge set of nuts will do for a person,
Yeah.
combined with probably insanity as well.
Yeah.
At least if maybe narcissism, maybe just outright insanity, it's something.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
That's a man who wanted to
But
be
yeah.
Tarantino, and he took it in the wrong direction. But it's led him to the right direction, though. Tommy Wiseau.
What's-
He's
I mean,
making money.
It led him in a direction that made him more money than he would have if he had just stuck to trying to be Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah.
Fair. True.
True. But if he actually put the work in and stuff, he might have made himself into something. But it was just trying to buy his way into it and thinking like he could just do it, which is a common thing, unfortunately.
Listen, we're
Yeah,
getting.
I mean,
yeah.
We need a room too.
he's a fake it till you make it. He
Yeah.
is quintessential. Fake it till you
You
make
have to try and fail many times before you become anything remotely resembling a Quentin Tarantino.
Agreed.
it. Yep.
And I think he's great too, but I don't think he's the greatest director of all time or anything. I do love his films and I love his shtick, and I love that he's a weirdo who loves feet and all that stuff, and good for him. But yeah, there's plenty out there who are as good or better.
I feel like everyone
Oh,
can
yeah.
have I feel like everyone can have their one favorite director, but there's really no greatest. Everyone, I feel like, and this is just like, I feel like everyone's
I like that.
great because it's like they bring something different to the table. It's whatever their uniqueness is. Tarantino, Carpenter, Craven, Hitchcock. I'll even say Polanski because I'm a big Chinatown fan. Like all
No,
those.
Polanski's a great director. He's just a child diddler.
Yeah.
It doesn't take away from the fact that he's a great director. But you know who's not a great director? J.J. Abrams. Screw you, J.J. Abrams, and all your crimes against humanity.
You're just talking about Star Wars right now.
Yeah, a little bit. His inky fingerprints are all over it. He's gonna fuck up Clover again. He gets so many things right and so many things wrong. Like, how could you get 99% of Lost right and then fumble the ending? How can you do that?
Spoiler, just in case.
I mean,
Yeah, I actually don't want to spoil the end of Lost. I read the Chronicles of Narnia; they end the same way. I think that's why I'm so
it
annoyed
would
with it.
be a spoiler for me because I tapped on Lost after 2 seasons.
My wife likes Lost a lot. I don't know how she feels about the ending though. That's good.
I
Yeah,
loved the
I'm sure
first
she's looking
season.
forward to that question.
Loved the first season, and then the second season lost me, and I was done.
Literally.
No, we actually have these downstairs. The DVD. They might be CDs actually. DVDs downstairs. It's one of these days we're gonna do a full watch of Lost. But I watched up until like the weird mist monster thing, and they were like, "Wait, what?" And then I lost interest. There's too much going on.
Mm-hmm.
I was in and out.
So
Yep.
In and out of it, and then I saw the ending because I was curious to see how it would end, and I was, you just gotta watch it. Just gotta watch
got
it.
too complicated for me. You know, it's not complicated though.
Night of Lepus.
Big suck-off rabbits. Yeah, big suck-off rabbits running through New Mexico, killing people.
Nothing
That's-
complicated.
No, that's just you see it, you get it. That's it.
They're vampires on that
So-
road. By that road.
Now that room, but yeah, guys, that's Night of the Lepus. We're gonna jump into our top fives now.
Which,
I think
I mean, it.
did John freeze,
No.
or is he just staying very still? Oh,
He-
it's his teeth.
He's preparing for the rabbit takeover. All right.
Oh man,
Yeah, I'm practicing.
a rabbit overlord.
I think that was Hello and Rabbit.
It's either that or
I'm
up
gonna
and
go-
something.
When we're done, I'm gonna go downstairs and try to talk to the rabbit and see if it understands me in its language.
You have one down there?
Yeah, we have a rabbit down there somewhere.
I did not know that.
Yeah,
I thought that with all the cats, you keep that poor rabbit must be terrified.
they love each other.
No
Cats
way.
don't-
That's a good
no,
thing.
the cats don't. The cats do not view that rabbit as prey.
Oh, cool.
That's-
That's good.
Yeah, I mean, it's also bigger than most of our cats. So
Okay.
Is it a rabbit
helps.
from Night of the Lepus? Were you doing genetic testing on this, John?
It's getting big.
I will
Chris.
plead the fifth.
Plead the fizz.
He's gonna come in with a huge ass
But-
rabbit tomorrow.
All right. Why don't you come in with a huge ass top five, Ryan?
All right. Well,
Here we go.
it's When Nature Strikes Back. That's the top 5. When Nature Strikes Back, and I'm starting it off with actually a very large creature. It comes from the year 1997. Ice Cube, John Voight, Jennifer Lopez. It's Anaconda. That cover is an awesome cover with the anaconda looking through the leaves and stuff. It just
It's got so many good one-liners in that movie too.
and Owen Wilson's in it. A young Owen Wilson.
You
And
forget
It's
he
just
catches
Eric
it bad
Stoltz.
too.
Eric Stoltz, Jonathan Hyde.
Eric Stoltz also. Yeah.
You know?
It had a great
Yeah.
cast, and John Voight as a villain with the ponytail. It's just classic John.
He's got a
Voight.
And
great
the bad
creepy old guy
accent.
scene too, where he's like leering at J-Lo. Yeah, it's a good John Boyd scene.
Is that Ice Cube's like, you want me to take care of him? No, it's okay. Okay, I
That-
got your back.
That's peak J-Lo for me. Like, to me, Anaconda is about as hot as she ever was.
I mean,
The
I
Cell.
can't imagine arguing. I mean, that's about the same time period too, right?
Yeah, it's same time period, similar time period.
Okay.
But
The
yeah,
Cell.
Anaconda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can
I
go
mean,
with that.
there it is.
Good night, everybody. No, I'm just-
TRL. Yeah, no, there it is. TRL top countdown, top 9, whatever it is.
well, we're gonna go into 4, which is another large, I can say amphibian. I think it stars Bill Pullman, Bridget Fonda, Oliver Platt. It's Lake Placid.
That's not an amphibian.
I know. That's why I was like
That's a
questioning
reptile.
myself. A reptile. I am a reptile. My bad. So, but Lake Placid's number 4. I love Lake Placid. It's a great movie.
I hope it eats all of your friends. Right? Betty White being in that
Yeah.
movie. Oliver Platt steals that as well, to be
Mhm.
fair.
Oliver Platt is just
Yeah.
so great. He's since the days of the Three Musketeers, that film in 92 and just now with
Good callback.
the Bear recently.
Yeah,
He's
he's
just-
great in the Bear.
He's phenomenal, and he lives over in, I believe, the polling area, because one night I went to Putnam Diner and I looked up and he was right there with his family eating dinner. And I didn't say hi or anything. I was, respectful, but I was just like, holy shit, that is Oliver Platt eating a beef brisket sandwich across from me. So I'm eating a hot open sandwich. I'm
Hell
like, okay.
yes.
It was
Hell
just,
yes.
it was just awesome.
There's a few big people, few big stars that live up in the polling area. R.I.P. James Earl Jones.
Yep. My grandfather met him. He went to the same barber, funny enough, in Pauling. Yeah. They said hi.
Can you imagine just sitting down getting your haircut and hearing Darth Vader next to you?
I don't even have hair and I want to go get my hair cut so I can just run into him and be like, say the
Or
line.
like this saying,
Oh,
you're not in trouble. You're dead where you stand.
Now, did you see all the Lake Placid sequels?
No,
I only saw the second one.
just the first one.
There's like 6. There's like 6 of them, including Lake Placid versus Anaconda.
All right, we're going to have to do
Oh,
this
that's like a
series
sci-fi
now.
one, isn't it?
Yeah, that was a sci-fi one.
The Return of Oliver.
I
Yeah,
think
it's like
the
a
last
ball load.
3 of them were sci-fi ones. So were 2 of the 4 Anacondas.
Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, low-hanging fruit. Anacondas was like a real movie.
Yes.
And then after that, I would imagine it fell off.
Anacondas was a legit sequel. And that
Did
was
they
that was
retain
decent.
anybody from the original, or they just get another rapper and move on?
No, they
I don't
moved
even
on.
think they eventually got any more rappers.
No, it just kept going. Rapperless.
Red Man and
Yeah.
Method
How you-
Man and Anaconda.
Unwrapped.
Usually it's like Ice Cube, and you got to go ludicrous. Right? But Fast and the Furious movies did what? They started with no rappers, and then they pulled in a rapper in the second
in the
one.
second one, yes, Ludacris.
Mhm.
Oh no, I think there is a rapper in the first one, but he's like a bit part. He's like one of the guys they race or something stupid, and
And
he
then-
doesn't do much afterward.
In the beginning, yeah. Well, he's skipping
Johnny
my mind.
Tran's crew,
That's
if I remember, Fast and Furious Lola.
Yes.
But yeah, they just recycled and then they added people over and over again. The Rock and Tyrese and everybody joined in.
Mhm.
They put Ludacris in space though. I wonder if Bezos can do that. So, for
Put Ludacris
realsies.
in space.
Yeah, I got Katy Perry up there. Might as well put Ludacris up there.
Yeah.
Down for that. Move, bitch.
Right.
Get out the way. Oh, man.
Man, all right, what's movie 3?
Movie 3. John's gonna love this one. Piranha, 1978.
I had a feeling Piranha was coming.
The original.
Yeah,
I like the remake, but the remake is just like, it's a cash grab. There's a lot of nudity, a lot of sex.
That's
That was
disgusting.
it. I mean, not at the time I watched it, but I digress on that. It's just
Not
like
now either.
that. But the original is just, it kicks, and it was supposed to be right. It was supposed to make fun of Jaws, and it turned out to be its own legit film. And what's better is
Yeah.
the second one is the directorial debut of John Carpenter. Not John Carpenter. James Cameron. There we go.
The other JC
Oh, okay. I was going to say,
I know.
didn't think John Carpenter did Piranha.
No,
with
The company.
some Lance Henriksen too.
he was in the second one.
Yep.
Yeah. I haven't seen it. I just know that the piranhas can fly.
You haven't seen the second one?
No, I've only seen the first one.
I think it's on the list for the summer. I think we're doing it this summer. I think
I'm
we're
down
doing
for
the
it.
whole series over the summer.
Yes.
Oh, it's so good. And then there's the 1995 remake that is almost you didn't know
There's
there's
a
a 95
95?
remake
I thought they just
with
went from,
Alexandra Paul from Baywatch.
My God.
it makes it funnier
Yeah,
that
This is
David.
getting ludicrous.
It's funny that David Hasselhoff is in the remakes technically, or he's in the sequel, whatever how it goes. He's in one of the remakes, and that's actually pretty funny. 2 Baywatch characters in Piranha, and she's the main character, I'm presuming.
Yep.
Okay, so she does it. David Hasselhoff. It's thin line with death. Which, speak about death, let's talk about number 2. And there's a lot of death in this film. It's Creepshow. However, it's the one story that even gives me the creeps. I don't like it. They're
It
creeping.
grows on you.
No, I love that one
Okay.
though. No, that's actually one of my favorites. Stephen King. That it's They're Creeping Up on You with E.G. Marshall and a special appearance by Ned Beatty when he's like a clean freak and he's in the white room and the cockroaches infest the room and they
That's
just
a good one.
it's very good and I have no problem watching it, but watching it I get skeeved out. It's like seeing The Mummy for the first time and seeing the scarabs go under the
Yeah.
skin. Like you see that and you're like, okay, it's fake. The cockroaches look real. They're going into his like nose and it's great,
Yeah,
but
it's
it's like
awful.
it's
No, it's a good one. That's good. That's a good one for after Piranha, for sure.
well, number 1 is just going to be a classic. I had to go with this. Jessica Tandy, Rod Taylor, Suzanne Pleshette, and Tippi Hedren in her first role. The Birds, Alfred Hitchcock. It's the classic when
The
nature
birds
attacks
messed
movie.
me up.
Oh,
Yeah, when I was little, birds messed me up. I hate pigeons because of that movie.
I think what saved me was watching The Crow first. And I was like, oh, crows are friends, but these other birds are
They're
evil.
good.
Crows are the best.
I went to that nature preserve up the road, watched with the kids, and they were feeding chicks to the ravens and the crows. Like the baby chicks were littered all over the ground. I was like, oh, this is pretty grisly. Let's move on. So it's like, I've had a healthy respect and fear of those birds ever since. They feed them live chicks?
How do you explain
Did you
the
guys know
aftermath
there's
on
a
that?
birds too?
There's not a birds too. What is it, like
There is
seagulls?
so a lot of it is seagulls.
How do you even do that? To it by sea.
So bad.
1994.
Yeah, I bet it is. Why? Hitchcock allowed that?
And
Oh,
I
it happened
own
in
it.
99.
Oh no, he was way dead.
Yeah,
He was
that's even more
way dead by
sacrilegious.
then.
He wasn't even around to fight it. That's messed up.
I'm looking at it right now, and what she goes back to where the whole thing happened. Like, was she trying to like oh,
It's so terrible.
You
I
should-
don't- is it better than Night of the Lepus? Well, Night of the Lepus is good B movie.
Nothing's better than Night of the Lepus.
That's not,
Is it
It's the greatest movie of all time.
better or is it worse than Night of the Lepus?
is the Birds 2 worse then? Is it worse than Night of the Lepus?
Probably worse.
Oh yeah.
I haven't seen it, but I'd say probably
Easily.
worse than Night of the Lepus because Night of the Lepus is the
Easily.
greatest movie of all time.
Easily worse.
Well, they intended Night of the Lepus to be a great movie. That's part of what makes it stand up a little higher than I think a few of these other ones. Is they put their heart and soul into that turd. That's really what it is. It makes it sadder at the end of the day. But the
put their
Birds
heart
2
and
always knew what it was. Like Piranha 3D knows what it is. Jaws 3D knows what it is.
Mm-hmm. I like
So, okay.
Jaws 3D.
It's just that one scene with the stasis shark gets me.
Oh
every time.
yeah. I mean,
The-
pretty much any 3D movie that you watch not in 3D looks terrible.
Friday the
Yeah.
13th.
True.
Part 3.
Those are the older ones. All right, that was your number one.
That was my number 1, the Birds.
The Birds 2. All right.
Oh no, not the Birds, 2.
Birds
No.
Blue.
This was
No,
the
we
first
should do that.
one.
Just the Birds 1.
It's Birds 1.
No,
Oh,
God,
okay.
God no.
I tried
no.
to sneak that in there.
I've just completely ruined it, huh? Now you have to
Right.
say the Birds won every time you refer.
Every time. Yeah, that's true. All right, John. What's your top 5, buddy?
I could say Alfred Hitchcock.
We're in a similar ballpark with our top 5s. I went 5 unlikely animal attacks.
Okay.
Oh,
So we're going with animals you don't necessarily think about attacking people. And my number 5 is The Nest.
Okay.
The Nest.
We're
Why
back
does
to
it sound familiar?
cockroaches.
Oh, God. I don't think that I would not think cockroaches would attack people. Get them hungry enough.
They will.
So
Okay.
in The Nest, a New England fishing town is besieged by biologically altered cockroaches.
Of course,
Because-
those goddamn scientists again.
It's going to be a recurring theme on this list. And of course, those biologically altered roaches are man-eating, because why wouldn't they be? And before long, no one in the town is safe. And they probably only ever needed a can of Raid.
And that was it.
Number 5,
That's the
the
premise.
nest. Yep.
Okay.
My number 4, probably grosser than roaches, maybe. Slugs.
Yeah, that's a good choice. That had a great movie cover too.
Yeah, it did.
Mm-hmm. So in Slugs, a series of gruesome deaths in a rural town leave the inhabitants puzzled, but a local health worker believes the deaths are attributable to killer slugs. The bodies pile up and leave a nice little trail before anyone listens to them.
I like that.
Yeah.
I can
it's
deal
pretty
with
good.
I can deal with slugs more than cockroaches. I had a pet snail.
Yeah, same. Because they're slower. The problem is they leave slime. But still,
yeah, and they
Mhm.
smell.
I've been to my friend's apartment in the Bronx when I used to go visit them every once in a while. They had the big ass roaches that makes you wonder if you're still in New York, coming out of the cabinets and stuff. Those things are vile, man. Screw that.
Who said that's Fido? It's okay.
Yeah. Ugh.
No, sir. Number 3 kind of has a Night of the Lepus feel. Number 3 is frogs.
Yes.
Frogs. And why does it have a Night of the Lepus feel? Because it's excellent? Is that why?
Yes. It's got like a lot of that similar kind of like forced perspective camera work to make everything look big. Because of course it has to be big. So, and I think it came out about the same time. So in Frogs, a birthday party on an island estate for an aging millionaire goes horribly wrong when the insects, reptiles, amphibians, and birds of the island start attacking the guests.
Huh.
And it stars a young Sam Elliott.
Nice.
Okay.
Sold.
With or without stash? That's the question.
I believe it's pre-stash.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think young Sam Elliott's mostly stashless,
See, that makes
but I
you,
could be wrong.
that makes you want to see it more because after a certain point, there's no stashless anymore. It's only stash Sam Elliott.
Right. It's just
Yeah.
stashy.
All right, my number 2 is the newest one I've put on here. Slaughterhouse.
Wait, Slaughter?
Slaughterhouse.
Slaughterhouse.
Oh, wow. You own that film? Is that in your house?
Oh, yeah.
My God, John, where did you get this?
Guys, don't knock Slaughterhouse until you've watched Slaughterhouse.
I want to see someone
Okay.
dressed like a sloth now and just killing people if that's how this is going. All right.
I mean,
This is exactly where this is going. Not someone dressed as a sloth, but like an animatronic sloth.
Keep
pretty
going.
cool, actually.
So, an aspiring sorority president adopts a sloth, hoping it can be the new mascot for the sorority and help her win votes. Little does she know, she adopted a psycho sloth. And that sloth is a killer that leaves a trail of dead sorority girls in its wake.
Okay. Like pretty much everything about that statement.
And they get it right. They know the movie they're making. They're not serious. It's all jokes. It's all humor. The sloth drives a car.
That's cool. It's pretty cool.
See, I like it when movies understand what they are because it makes it better.
Yeah.
If you're making a movie about a killer sloth, you can't take yourself seriously.
No.
Or you should, like, making a movie about giant, stupid rabbits.
Hey, they had
You should-
DeForest Kelly in there, all right? The man's a great
Yeah,
actor.
that's true.
They had a lot of good
That's-
actors,
I had to
actually.
pipe down.
They had a lot of good actors.
Did you know that that's his last non-Star Trek role?
Oh,
Really?
Everything
Yeah,
he did after
just
that.
can
is
imagine
Star
that.
Trek.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
I
it was like, they
yeah.
keep hiring me and nobody else will, so I'm going to stick with Star
Yeah.
Trek.
I don't have to do anything else, and these checks just keep coming.
Goddamn rabbit movie ruined my career.
should have just been a doctor on TV.
All right, so we got number 1.
Number
Are we
one.
on 2? Okay.
Number 1. Black Sheep.
Yes.
Never heard of this.
Oh,
It's-
that's getting bumped up on the list too now. Black
Yeah,
Sheep.
I never
is
heard of Black Sheep.
amazing.
You'll like Black Sheep.
Black
Is it
Sheep
really good?
Amazing.
Yes.
And it's not the Chris Farley
Okay.
one.
Yeah. The first thing that hit my, I resisted the urge to say anything.
What the hell, man? Come on now. Now I don't know.
God damn it, Richard. But yeah, man.
Okay.
All right. What's it about?
So in Black Sheep, genetic experiments, of course, lead to a herd of mutated killer sheep wreaking havoc on a New Zealand farm in this comedic horror gore fest. And it is gory and it is funny and it's just ridiculous.
Cool.
It's got some like zombie elements to it because you get a number of the people who are bitten by the sheep who turn into sheep.
I see. Are they white sheep?
They
I
are
don't want to
white
make this
sheep.
racial.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
no. They're all
It's only
white
one
sheep.
black sheep.
It's New Zealand.
Thanks. All right. So that's the 2 top 5s. And that's Night of Lepus. Everybody. There's our 70s horror. So probably be seeing you next time with a little ditty called The Battery.
Yes.
I don't want to commit to that. Yeah, okay, good. I can commit. Yeah, we're doing The Battery next, it's an awesome one. I'm really gonna enjoy this one. I have to whip out the zombie hashtags again for this one, everybody.
Yeah.
It's worth
But
it.
yeah,
But watch Night of the
It is
Lepus.
worth
It's a very different movie than Night of Lepus.
oh yeah, it's way
100%.
better. Probably similar budget, to be honest with you. But yeah, Night of Lepus is a good watch. It's good for that nostalgic hang. Don't watch Unforgiven for the 40th time. Turn on Night of Lepus. Pull it up. It's fun. It's fun.
Before we drop next week, watch The Battery, so there's no spoilers.
Yes.
There you
please.
go. Because there's a lot of things to spoil in that movie. There's a hot mess.
And that movie.
All right, everybody.
We're gonna have spoilers right from the get go, so definitely watch The Battery. It is worth your
Absolutely.
hour and 45 minutes. And
It's free on Prime Video.
Yep.
So I accidentally ended the recording a second too early. But Ryan was in the middle of saying,
just watch The Battery. It's an hour and 45 minutes. It's gonna be spoiler ridden the next episode. Just watch it. And if it's not like screamish horror, I'll just say that. Just watch it.
No,
Enjoy it.
it's
Love it.
do it. Say it with your chest, Ryan. Tell the people.
Do it. No.
Do
no,
it.
sorry.
watch
Do it
The
now.
Battery.
Watch it. Watch Sons of Bitches. It really is a good watch. It was one of the very few movies that I managed to watch in my old age, all the way through start to finish in one sitting, which was nice. And it's mostly because I didn't want to stop watching it. So
Mhm.
watch The Battery.
Yes.
All right. And we're out of here, everybody. It's a weeknight. We need to go to bed
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, guys.
later.
See ya.
Have a good night, guys.
Be